place I've ever been.
Hello guys, welcome back to another lovely trading recap. Firstly, just want to say thanks for all the subscribes. We're just one away from 100, so hopefully we can hit that today. But we will get straight into the recap. You can first see as well, we had McDonald's earnings pre-market, and then coming into after hours, we got Twitter, Amazon and Neo. These three should maybe do a bit of movement, so we may get some trading opportunities on them tomorrow. And we also have AstraZeneca and XOM having earnings pre-market tomorrow to close off the week. So we took 3 trades today and we made $159 or just over 0.5% on the account. Also the recaps were back to being regular now, so all good. So I'm going to start trying to do the recaps like this, if I remember, by putting entries and exits before I do the recap, just so it's quick to get to it and we can make the recaps a bit quicker. So OVV, which was our biggest winner, we shorted this move here and covered basically in this fall here. Okay, the reason for this short was we were getting a divergence. So you can see here we had our high, and then actually it wasn't really divergence, we didn't make a new high, but momentum wasn't quite anywhere near enough. It was about 7 points or so off. So it did look, even if we did break through, we were getting a divergence. So all I did was wait for our red indicator on TTM squeeze. Let me quickly open this up. So my TTM squeeze is a bit different, just to make it a bit quicker to read. So that's why my colours will most likely be different to yours. So as soon as our TTM squeeze went red, we were looking bearish. We were already up at these deviations. I think we were actually over this green deviation, so it started to look bearish. So went in short with a relatively small size of 200 shares. So it allowed me to average in or cut losses relatively small, and it wouldn't have a massive effect. So we shorted there and locked in our profits relatively early, coming down into firstly the VWAP, which was, we covered the majority of our size, and then we let the last 50 run near enough down to the 50 EMA. Now we'll go on to the next biggest trade, which was CAPR. This was quite nice. It was kind of a deviation trade, but not my natural sense. So usually I trade the second or third deviation, but in this case I traded the midline. Reason for this is we just weren't having much momentum on stocks coming up to these kind of bands, and we usually do get some kind of hesitation coming into these bands, so it just looked like a good area to short, paired with our divergence. So you can see we tapped it the first time. I believe I actually missed it this first time, so that would have been 948. 948, yeah, so we missed this first entry. Would have been a good short as soon as our TTM squeeze indicator changed, most likely. So we would have probably entered around this 470 area. However, we did miss it, so we went to go and short the retest. Did end up shorting the second we got to that 470 area, for the reason being we were in a divergence. Actually, for there it's not clear. If I zoom it in, we were actually in a divergence, not a massive one, but it is a divergence at the end of the day. So shorted that, and then you can see we pushed up higher, and this was a midline of the 4 hour. So shorted some more in here, so we shorted an extra 200, and then from there I wasn't going to short any more until our TTM squeeze indicator showed bearishness, because to me there's no point averaging in anymore until we start showing actual signs of weakness, and this just shows us that momentum is weakening once this changes to red. So you can see it changed here on this candle. There was no point really averaging in at this point, and then we did end up consolidating on this because we were near the VWAP. Main reason I didn't average, but it still looked weak and that we would break down. Didn't end up breaking through right then and pushed into a new high. However, you can see that was a divergence, so that was good. I was comfortable to hold through there, and was debating whether to add here, and I was like, well, if we get up to the 550 545 area, I would add into the short. Didn't quite make it to that area, so I just held in our original position, and we were already in with 500 shares, so didn't really feel the need to average in. and this was the first day being back to like active trading in maybe like a week and a half, so don't want to rush into too much, just get back into the swing of things. So then we got this nice snap candle that was coming into the VWAP, so it showed me we were most likely going to break through, which ended up happening. You can see we got another kind of doji on the candle, and then we got a nice another snap candle which broke through, and so that's where we basically just locked in our profits coming into this snap candle here, for the main reason being most likely we were going to either consolidate here, which did end up happening for quite a while, or we would consolidate and then either continue the trend in either direction. I wasn't too sure. In this case it did end up trending down, but you can never be too certain, so I look to exit there, and I'm happy with that. So last trade is MTDR. This we ended up averaging in a few times, none with massive size, so we obviously did the first short at 100 shares, not a big size at all. I mean, even if it went against us $100, we would still have tons of room to average in, so that's what we decided to do. We shorted here, main reason being we are coming into a I think we're coming into this third deviation on the 1 day 1 minute, and then you can see I didn't do any more shorting until we were weak on the TTM squeeze, and so this deviation band, obviously they move every minute, so this deviation band ended up becoming a new resistance. Like, even though we consolidated here, the band then went above us, so I shorted it as we retapped the band because we were on a red TTM squeeze. So did that, it then ended up breaking up a bit more, and then you can see we were coming into that $half resistance while showing a red TTM squeeze, so we got a bit of another average, only 25 shares, so nothing too big, and then we just waited for that fall down, and then we basically just covered coming into the VWAP, for the main reason being, don't actually know why we covered it all there, to be honest. We probably could have held through. Most of the time I do prefer just to sell a VWAP, because I did do backtesting, and all the trades I've took in 2021, 90% of them hit the VWAP, but around 60% only broke through. So if I can lock in the majority of profits here, I'm always happy, and sometimes occasionally I will hold some through the VWAP, but if we're already up a decent amount of the day, I never usually feel the need to kind of hold it through. And so yeah, that's kind of it. I'll just update you on PLBY, because this is a relatively big position in my options play. We did actually add some size to this yesterday. We added some on around this movement here. We added 2 more poor man covered calls, so as long as the price goes down we make money, and you can see that we're down over 3% today, and we're up. I'll post a screenshot on the screen now. I think we're up around $500 or $400 on the position today alone. So that's it for the recap. Hope you enjoyed. Definitely, if you haven't already, subscribe so we can hit 100 subscribers. And if you enjoyed that, definitely drop a like. And if you're excited to see frequent videos back or daily uploads again, definitely let me know in the comments. Peace.